Let's see. Okay, we have our notification that we are live. We just want to get our link so that we can share the link with our community so that they can come on in the comments if they so wish to watch us on YouTube. Did y'all know you can put YouTube on the big screen? I'm always watching YouTube from my television. So when you watch the IndieSoup.tv shows, y'all can put that on your TV from YouTube as one of the places. And also this morning show, you could put it on your YouTube on your smart TV. But community, let's talk about community for a moment while I'm still trying to grab this link. We have a community. If you are a solo or entrepreneur struggling to get to your first six figures, yes, we have a community for you, and you should be in it because we have three values that we try to put out there for our members, and that is conversations that are different and important to your transformational growth in your business, okay? We have collaborations. We encourage collaborations for business growth, and we actually commune, okay? So that's our community. Join us, shaycannon.info/group. Join our group, all right? All right, we got our link in the community, so let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon, and at some point, I'm going to get my new intro down where you get more than just my name. I don't have the flow yet. It don't feel right yet, so just hold tight. One of these days, you're going to hear it, and you're going to be like, oh, that's who she is. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Okay, so I'm your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with a blog. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/reveal, REVEAL, okay? Because all this week, we're talking about revealing the unspoken realities of entrepreneurship, okay? I love business. I love entrepreneurship. I definitely promote it. However, it ain't always no crystal stair out here in these entrepreneurial streets, okay? So I was just thinking over the weekend about people that I know are having it very hard right now as an entrepreneur. But some of us did not know what we were getting into when we became entrepreneurs, or especially full-time entrepreneurs. Because let me tell you how entrepreneurship is different when it's no longer your side hustle. Okay, when it is the hustle and the only hustle, when it's plan A and ain't no plan B, entrepreneurship can be scary. It's exciting, but it can be scary. And it all starts with what you think is stability about a job, right? Jobs aren't stable either. Those folks can fire you today. Yes, they can. So that's not stable at all. However, the illusion of stability is you know how much you've worked, you know how much you're going to get paid, and you know when you're going to get paid, right? Well, in entrepreneurship, we don't always have those answers. We can't make people buy from us, right? We don't know when the money is coming in all the time. And right now, during these times, the money ain't coming in the way that it used to. And a lot of us are having a hard time, right? So you need to know that before you jump into entrepreneurship full time, because it's not the same having your back against a wall and having to make money than having a cushion and having to get your business off the ground. It is a very different situation. It's a very different type of pressure, okay? Because when you don't know when you're going to get paid and how you're going to get paid, how do you know you're going to make the mortgage every month, right? How do you know you're going to be able to take care of your family? So what we're going to talk about today is hunt to eat, okay? So we talked about some mindset yesterday. If you want to know more about mindset, catch part one, yesterday's replay. Today in part two, we're talking about what I call hunt to eat. And it's simple. We're going back to the basic thought process. If you don't do shit in your business, you ain't going to get shit. That's hunt to eat, okay? And it's real, because what you can't be as an entrepreneur, especially a solopreneur, is lazy. You can't be lazy, right? And that's just voluntarily not doing anything. What about the things that are involuntary that keep us from doing things? Other things going on in our life that's stifling us from being able to do things in our business, right? Having team members that's not doing what they're supposed to do. You know, that one lonely little VA that you expect to do everything. Yeah. Okay. Getting sick or having something otherwise take up your time. So now that time that you need to hunt is taken away. So are you going to eat? Right? So that's what we're going to talk about today, because again, I don't think enough people are talking about these things. And these are real considerations that you need to definitely seep into your mind before you decide to let go of that job, that you have such a negative attitude about, then I'm telling y'all that you need to change your attitude into, hey, this is a dream funder. This is going to fund the dream until the dream can fund itself. But some of us allow attitudes, which you are in charge of, to make us quit that job way too early. So now what's funding the dream? Because sometimes the dream can't fund itself, especially when you're first starting, right? And it's an easier road. It's an easier hunt when you know you got some food at home already, right? It's a harder hunt when you're going out there hungry and ain't nothing at home, and then you don't seem to be catching the animal you need to catch, okay? That takes you into a whole different space. And can you even serve people from that space? So it becomes a compounded problem, right? You're trying to hunt, but you're not catching anything, so you're not eating. The more you're not eating, your hunt changes. You become desperate, and people smell that desperation on you. And guess what? Nobody wants to buy from anybody desperate. They don't care how much you say you can solve their problem. Something's happening where it seems like you can't solve some of your own problems. So why would I bring you in on the team of solutions for me, right? But we don't think about these things. We only think about the dream. We have on our rose-colored glasses, right? But the thing of the matter is, most often, for most entrepreneurs and all of solopreneurs, if you're not doing something to bring in the revenue, then the revenue does not come in. That's hunt to eat, okay? And it sounds scary. I know that it does. But we have some solutions for you, okay? Y'all know that I'm not going to leave you out there without solutions. Let me make sure I gave you everything from the blog. So I gave you about what makes jobs seem stable. Another thing about jobs, you can learn a lot from your job, okay? So they have marketing budgets. They have marketing research. They have strategies that they're using. Some of y'all are so busy only trying to give what they pay you for and not give any more, you're missing the opportunity to have an actual education in business. Go over there into the marketing department and talk to those people, okay? To fix that. Because guess what? When you start servicing people and marketing and trying to do sales, let me tell you, doing collections is kind of hard. So why don't you go over there into the billing department and talk to those people, okay? Why don't you go into HR, pick your favorite HR coordinator and ask them, hey, for some of your low skill paying roles, how do you keep a pool of people to pull from to hire? These are going to be things you need to know in your business, right? These are things you could be learning before you get to the part where you need it. So around that job, which is the dream funder, you can get more than money to fund the dream. You can get knowledge to fund your dream. Okay? Look at the job differently. All right, let's get into some things that you can do so that you're not always hunting to eat. Okay? Number one, you can establish long-term contracts. Okay? One of the things that helped me out from having to hunt to eat so much is that I have retainer clients, right? So I have clients that pay me month over month. Okay, they're long-term clients. So can you get some retainer clients, or can you get some type of long-term contract going? Okay, so think about that. That's going to take the pressure off of you every day trying to find the sale. So can you find some long-term clients in the business model that you have? All right, subscription based. I also have one of those. I have a membership, right, that they pay by the month. So can you put some type of recurring revenue subscription-based thing in there? All right. And that's a little different than your retainer clients and your contracts. Okay. Sometimes it's about the same. Y'all know how y'all buzzwords be making stuff seem like it's the same thing. Okay. But most often retainer contracts and retainer clients have a specific amount of time that they're working with you, usually like 12 months. Right. So at least for a year, that money's coming in. Your subscription base, you got a lot of churn in subscription, right? And so subscription base could be monthly payments, but they might not have a 12-month commitment. They might not have a commitment, right? And even when they say they have a commitment, those are usually the ones that break the commitment. So think about that, subscription base versus retainer / contract, all right? Diversify your service offerings. That's what I am in the midst of doing right now, right? So how do you diversify your service offerings? Well, you create an offer ladder where you have some things that could be lower price, some things medium price, some things high price. Okay. Within that, you can have low price can be some DIY options. Middle price can be some done with you options. High price can be some done for you options. Okay. So think about diversifying your service offerings. Okay. And when you have an offer ladder, guess what you can now do? You can focus on downselling, upselling, and cross-selling from the main thing. Okay. If you need to know more about that, you probably need a strategy session. So shaycannon.com/offers. Check out the strategy sessions. Build a referral network. Let me tell you how right now I'm looking at some of my entrepreneurs who are in a better position than others, and some of them are getting fed clients from a network consistently. How can you do that? Right? One of my business besties joined a network and got certified as a coach. And as a part of that certification, all of those coaches have a directory, and all of those coaches kind of need each other. And so all that same place that she paid to get certified now feeds her new clients as a network. How can you create a network for yourself? Okay. Is it where you went and got your skill set? Is it someplace that you can pay to network, right? One of our community members, our tech guru, Leticia Austin, she has created a group on Facebook so that if you need attendees and you need some traffic, you say so in that group, and other people are saying the traffic and stuff that they need. So those people are in there collaborating. They're creating a network, right? So even though it's full of people who need traffic, they're going to find things that they need and they're going to give traffic to it. So you see how that balance works? So if you can't find a network, maybe you need to create it. But networks, what group can feed new clients to you on a consistent basis? Start to think about that. I know I'm thinking about it. Okay. Implement effective marketing strategies. One of the ways not to have to hunt to eat all the time is setting up big promotions where you're doing one-to-many, right? A lot of people only do those. I don't say only do it, but you can put that in the marketing strategy so that it's not always asking individuals for the sale every day. At least once a month, you're asking a group for the sale, all in one interaction. Okay, so change your marketing up to have some promotions. Now, what we know is we might not know how many sales we're going to get from a promotion, but it cuts down the unknown because we know that when we have a big promotion and we're driving traffic to it, we're going to get some sales. We can predict that every time we have that promotion, we're going to get some sales, right? Because every time you show up, you should be able to get some sales. All right. Let's see what else we got. Passive income, things that you make one time and it continues to make money for you. Over the weekend, if you don't know, I do my self-development, my professional development, and my spiritual development on Sundays as an intention. This Sunday, I was actually researching mindset. Okay. One of the people I ran into that was instrumental for me this weekend was Myron Golden. I shared with you guys yesterday about what he was saying about money mindset. But another thing that he emphasizes is passive income. He said he has a book that he created a long time ago that makes him so much money per day, per week, per month. And then he brought in another book. Okay. So if you need a book, get with Heather. That's passive income. You can get a whole business from a book. Okay. So get with Heather. But passive income, that also looks like your digital products. Okay. Every workshop that we've had, I now sell the replays as a passive income product. So how can you passively get paid? That's not me hunting to eat. I did it one time and now it's continuously providing food that I can eat off of. How can you do that? Okay. Let's see. Also, let's have some programs in place that focus on the clients that we already have, right? Before the show got started, during the pre-show, I was talking about all the new things I put into our free community. because this morning show used to be exclusive only to the community. That was a huge value of being in the community. Now that it's on YouTube, that was a huge value that came out of our group that was exclusive to our community. So I had to think of more things to go back in it, right? So I'm not just forgetting about my old clients and always trying to get new clients. The best dollar you can spend is keeping your current clients happy so that they stay clients. They already like, know, and trust you. They already get a transformation from you. It's ain't no convincing there. They know already, right? So how can you serve them better, and how can you further serve them? If you're providing this service, what other service can you provide to them in particular to continue servicing them? So that's another way to look at it, okay? I primarily work with service-based businesses, but even as a service-based business, you need some products, right? Whether it be digital products, physical products, whatever, you need a product that does not take your time for money to get the money from, okay? Because most of us service-based businesses, we start off, everything we do is time for money, which immediately caps the amount of money we can make. Right? And which immediately shows us we in hunt to eat, because while we're servicing this client and we have the nerve not to be marketing for new clients, what we experience is as soon as that client's contract ends or as soon as that service ends, we're in a rat race to hurry up and try to find a replacement. That's ultimate hunt to eat. So if we have some products that we can just mention and not trade our time for over and over again to get sales, that helps. Okay, so that could be the same as passive income or a little different. Okay, but products, whether digital or physical. All right, let's see. We talked about subscription. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm just gonna say recurring income, some type of pay you per month that is of small value can make a huge difference in your business model and your revenue stream. There is a difference between memberships and subscriptions, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Just know that you need to have something going on where the same person will pay you monthly. Okay, recurring income. All right. Let's see what else I have on my list. Optimize your pricing. Yes, Lord, please optimize your pricing. Let's see what else we got. I think that's quite enough for y'all to be considering. All right. So I think it's time for us to do our round robin. Let me check YouTube. Good morning. Dr. Toya is over here on YouTube with us. Dr. Toya, you can answer in the YouTube comments. But ladies, I want to know two things from you. I want to know what is something that you actually feel as an entrepreneur when it comes to this hunt to eat. And I want to know which one of the strategies you need to implement to slow down that hunt to eat feeling in your business. Okay. I'm going to start with Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, what's one of the pains you feel from the hunt to eat? And one of the strategies that you are going to implement to ease that pain? And we give you, look, I be talking, giving you time to come to the mic. You see that? You see that?
Thank you. I'm on the mic, Shay. What are you talking about?
Come on in here. All right. So what is something that gives you pain about the hunt to eat? And what are one of the strategies you're going to use to alleviate some of that pain?
All right. One of the things that gives me pain is, one of the things that gives me pain is that, I don't have retainer clients. So as you were talking, I was thinking about ways that I could come up with to have retainer clients.
Yeah.
And so I was writing down a couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. And the things that I was coming up with were things like I could do advocacy. I've been thinking about that. Actually, come up with like a health advocacy side to help people who have health conditions and also who are hospitalized. Because people talk to me about my recent situation and they're like, we know how you did it, but like everybody can't do that. So that's a gap. And then as far as so that's just one of them. A lot of things you said. I'm getting ready to do a webinar. That's the one to me. One of the one to me's is probably others, but getting ready to do one of those. And then what am I? You said what's my what am I
Which
hunting?
strategy that we talked about this morning that you're going to implement to ease the pain?
Okay, yeah. So
But
the
you just
webinar
answered
definitely, and then I like the collaborative group about who needs the traffic. So I'm going to look into joining that.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that link and give it to y'all. Because that was a great idea that she came up with. It's called Get Traffic, Share Traffic. Let me put that there for y'all. Let me put it over there on the YouTube side for Dr. Toya and those watching. Boom, there you go. Thank you, Dr. LaFera. Let's go to Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie, what is some of this hunt to eat pain that you have felt in your business, and which one of the strategies are you going to use to ease that pain?
Well, I think that what I worry about is when the clients come, being able to handle it. So it's setting up the foundation, making my team strong and having all of my bases covered. So when the work comes, yeah, we can handle it. I'm ready to implement. I'm working on implementing, getting the more clients, and whether it's a recurring client or just a one-off, but I just need to have a strong team to handle it. That's what I'm working on.
I love that. I love that. And what I will say about that is I would focus on understanding what my capacity is first, so that I know at what point I should start recruiting, right? So capacity is basically how many clients with your main offer can you service in excellence before you have to start putting people on hold, or before things start to break down and not be as excellent, right? So you need to know that, because before you get there is when you need to start bringing in people, right? Also, look at what it looks like that instead of having a team on retainer where you pay them and always have the team, maybe you pay people per project, right? So that way you always have who you need, because right when you are bringing in the project, right, now you hire for the project. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, I will tell you, when you're doing project-based hiring, you need to make sure before you give your quote that you understand how much the team costs, because just like you raise your prices, teams raise their prices too, right? So just make sure that you're doing that. Thank you, Miss Debbie. All right, Dawana, what is one of the pains you have felt out here in these entrepreneurial streets with this hunt to eat feeling? And what strategy are you going to implement that we've talked about today to help ease that pain?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The main pain is just the uncertainty, and you really nailed it. I caught the end of the broadcast. Well, not the end. I was on YouTube yesterday, but you were just talking about, in these entrepreneurial streets, we are just uncertain about what we're doing next. So
yes,
when you said that, I was like, man, she is right on point, digging in my ear this morning. But one of the things I really need to implement is just the subscription model. We just finished with all of these workshops at Meharry, and so I've gotten several new clients from that. So now I'm actually putting them on a subscription model. As I'm gathering up new clients, we're putting them on a 30-day subscription model. So this is kind of the pilot run for that. So I'm gonna hoping that works out well, and I think it will. So that's it. But really kind of everything that you always talk about is what I need to implement. But that's the first thing.
I will say on the subscription model. So my meal lady, right? What she does is every Saturday she sends out the meal plan for the following week, and you have to order by Sunday for the Monday, Tuesday portion, but I order by Sunday for the whole week because I'm not going to keep playing with you all week, right? But we have 3 delivery days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So long as you order Mondays, and Tuesdays meals by Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday meal by Tuesday, and Friday's meal by Thursday, you can pretty much get your order in, right? But I order every Saturday or Sunday for the coming week. Now, what she really needs to do is get me on a 3 meal a week plan. Because even though most times I get 5 meals, 1 for each day, the least amount of meals I'm going to get is 3. I never get a la carte 1 meal here, 1 meal there. Never. So that she could be, more reliant upon and can forecast, she should get me into a subscription-based meal plan where I'm paying for the month of, 3 meals per week. Or where I'm paying where it automatically pulls out every week for 3 meals. And then if I want more meals, I do the additional meals, right? So think about something like that.
Yeah, that's what you do. The last one is exactly what I need. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I already send my menus out. I already send my menus out on Sunday or Monday for Tuesday delivery. I have a 1 day a week delivery. And so that's exactly what I need. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to cook. I'm not that's not that's not an option. I'm not doing it. So I'm going to order something from her. And then the other meals that I eat per day are coming from the delivery service. That's kind of like Uber Eats from the neighboring restaurants. So yeah, I mean, but that's the staple. Her meal company is my staple. And so yeah, I think that you should message them. The messaging should be that you be the staple. It doesn't mean they can't eat other things. And I think the main offer should probably be some type of 3 meal per week thing. And they can pay where it's automatically pulled every week, or they can get paid where it's automatically pulled every month. So yeah, I love that. Cool.
Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, you are in this thing like never before now that you have launched this network. When we're thinking advertisers for the network, right? And let's just say you don't get to be Dr. Tachi as the dream funder anymore. You have to be Dr. Tachi, head of a network, and that's all that you do. What have you been feeling already as could be a problem for that hunt to eat? And which of the strategies that we talked about today would be most helpful for you to ease that pain?
Okay, caught me off guard because I was already with the answer of the
well, tell me what your answer. Give me another one then. How about that one?
Oh no, but excuse me, that one is good. That one is good. So I think I was gonna say diversification. Because I think that could be helpful. Because it can't just be one thing with this. It feels like it's going to need to be several different things.
Yeah. I'll tell you what just came up for me, Dr. Tachi, is possibly hosting a marketplace for all of your show hosts. Like they can sell something in a marketplace rather than just.
No, because that's actually part of the plan. That's actually part of that's actually part of the plan for there to be a part. It's just about where it will be hosted, but yes, that's part of the plan.
I love it. Dr. Tachi was like, yes, I've been thinking about that. Yeah, because see, Dr. Tachi allows us as hosts to like put a commercial in as a part of the value that we give. We can kind of tell people where to follow us. We can kind of tell people about an offer that we have or whatever, but that's still sending them to different places. So as many hosts as she have, that's as many places as they would have to go to see all of these offers. But she could definitely put it all in one place under the umbrella of the network, and people go in there. If they like one host, they go in there looking for that host offer, and they get exposed to a whole bunch of other offers from the host in that marketplace. So I love it. Dr. Tachi, I love that for you. All right. Let's see. I think that's everybody that's still left in studio. So what I would love to hear from you guys is, did you have any aha moments from what we've talked about so far, whether it be the mindset on yesterday or the hunt to eat today? What is have you had such an aha moment? You like, that's going to be helpful. Or do you have a value add for mindset or hunt to eat? Do you have any questions before we get out of here? So you can just come off the mic. What you got, Dr. Tachi?
It occurred to me as you're talking about this, like especially the networking aspect, that it's helpful to be around other hunter gatherers.
Yes.
So, you're trying to hunt to eat, but it's not a solo effort. And there are other people who already have hunted elk before who can tell you the best way to hunt elk. Why elk? I don't know. But yeah.
Because they seem hard to hunt.
They do. And caribou.
But yes, I love that. I love that. So even that, like, you can definitely put in a social aspect for your hosts to come together. Not right now, you give us a very much a knowledge-based reason to come together. You can do a networking of the hosts. You can also do for your viewers a meet the host networking event every now and then. I wouldn't try to do that monthly, maybe quarterly, something like that. But yeah, add that aspect to the network, because that just brings more value, right? One of the things, I have a lady that, she kind of watches everything in the community from afar, but she show up for the movie nights, baby. She just missed this one, but Brandy Gary, y'all don't ever see her. She don't really comment or whatever, but you've seen her on movie night. She come right on in with her notes on movie night, right? So I think that when you give different opportunities for people to get value and you diversify that value, that they'll show up to take you up on it. So yes, I love that idea for you, Dr. Tachi, and for all of the rest of us. All right. Anybody else have a value add or a question about what we talked about so far this week?
Oh, I just have a comment.
What you got, Debbie?
So I just appreciate this conversation about how difficult being an entrepreneur is, because everyone kind of glamorizes it and it seems very easy. So I just want to say I appreciate this conversation. So thank you for doing it.
No problem. No problem. But this is, I'm going to tell y'all, if you wonder why I always hit the mark of value with y'all, besides the fact that I'm a vessel and it's not humanly possible for me to do it on my own. We know I'm a vessel, right? But also I'm niched down to who I serve and the things that y'all need, right? So that gives me a great foundation to bring in content that means something to y'all. That's why I remind y'all that I primarily serve service-based people. That allows me to go deeper on being a service-based person. If I try to stay top level and always am doing service and product, but I don't specialize in product, I want to specialize in service so I can bring service people a deeper amount of value. So that is the power of niching down, y'all. You have to niche down, because when you niche down and you know that person, there are things you can go deeper for that person, for that avatar. When you try to stay up and you try to serve everybody, it's like being a parent of multiple kids and trying to figure out what you're going to cook that everybody likes. It's harder. But when you got one kid, right, and they got one particular taste, it's very easy to figure out what they like and always hit the mark. So you got to niche down, y'all. Some of y'all are making it harder than you have to. I'm going to tell y'all, Miss Debbie got the last strategy session at the last low cost. That strategy session has gone up, almost doubled. But what I have replaced it with is niched strategy sessions. So now what I've done is I pulled out clarity, I pulled out structure, and I pulled out strategies, because really that's how I help you guys get to your first 6 figures. Through clarity, structure, and strategies, right? Your first strategies. Now I pull them out of the one big strategy session, and that one big strategy session that takes so much out of me and takes so much out of y'all, now got a big price tag attached to it. Because like Heather tell y'all all the time, she keep her blueprint with her. It's that valuable. Those blueprints, they're not 20 pages. They're 100+ pages, because I'm identifying your clarity, the structure, and your first strategies. All in one blueprint, one roadmap. right? So now what I'm going to do to make it more affordable is break it down. But what I recognized about my business model was it wasn't quite priced right for the transformation that you get from it, right? For the access that you have to me, it's not priced right. So now you can get, for that same old price, you can get a third of the value. So you're going to pick one of the 3 areas, or you pay the big price and get all of the areas in one foul swoop, right? So pricing makes a difference too, y'all, because guess what? If you hunt and you kill a big animal, you eat longer off the big animal than if you hunt little animals. Now you might have to hunt 3 times a day trying to eat rabbit, right? So that's another way to look at this hunt to eat thing. Like, what are you hunting? Okay. Who are you hunting? How can you serve them better so that you're the choice? I feel like I'm on the edge of preaching, so I'm gonna stop. But anybody else got any questions or anything they want to add? Thank you for that, Debbie. All right, well, that's it for today. Join us tomorrow where what are we getting into tomorrow? We're gonna talk about reverse engineering tomorrow because some of y'all are doing it in vain. We'll talk about that more tomorrow though. Okay, so the studio is closing and